Hey guys, it's Callum here from Forest Run JR, and welcome to this week's predictions. I know what you're probably thinking, why are you doing this? Why is it not Jack, and what's going on? Basically, the short version of this is Jack's had loads of college work to do, and he's had a few family things that he's needed to help out with, and so he's not really had time to be able to do this. So I'm having to sort of fill in last second for him. And by last second I mean the actual games kick off in about an hour and a half, so I need to get this done quickly. Now, before I go into all the scores and stuff, I just want to say, I know Jack would normally have a FIFA game in the background, they like having the background playing and he'd give the score to in editing or something, but I just get distracted by that, so I'm not going to do it. And Jack would also go into a little bit of depth as to, you know, maybe his opinion on the last set of games and why he thinks this new set is going to be what the scores are or whatever. But I've not got that info, and I don't really know enough about this to give a solid judgment or opinion on anything. So I'm just going to read to you guys the scores he sent over for me for the last set of games and this new set. So let's get straight into the last week's predictions and quickly go over them. So, for the Chelsea-Leicester game last week, Jack thought it would be 2-1, it was actually 3-0. For Arsenal-Swansea, he thought it would be 2-1, it was actually 3-2. For Bournemouth-Hull, he thought it would be 1-1, it was actually 6-1. For Man City-Everton, he thought it would be 2-0, it was actually 1-1. For Stoke-Sunderland, he thought it would be 0-0, it was 2-0. For West Brom Tottenham, he thought it would be 2-1, it was actually 1-1. For Palace West Ham, he thought it would be 2-0, it was actually 1-0. For Middlesbrough Watford, he thought it would be 2-1, it was actually 1-0. For Southampton Burnley, he thought it would be 2-0, it was actually 3-1. And for Liverpool United, he thought it would be 3-2, but it was 0-0. So if you didn't pick up on that, basically he got none right, unfortunately. So hopefully with this week, with this lot he sent over for me, hopefully we're going to get at least one of these correct. Now, I do want to point out some of these, given the teams and sort of who's on them and all that, I'm like, oh right, okay, I can kind of see why he put that. Others not as much because I don't know enough about it. But anyway, here goes. For Bournemouth v Tottenham, he thinks it's going to be 2-1 to Tottenham. For that one, I can kind of see why he might go with that. And Arsenal versus Middlesbrough, he thinks it'll be 2-0 to Arsenal, and again I can see why he'd go with that. For Everton Burnley, he thinks it'll be 2-1 to Everton, and again I can see why he'd go with that as well. But for these next ones, again I don't know enough about what's going on to give my own opinion. So for Hull versus Stoke, he thinks it'll be 2-1 to Stoke. For Leicester v Stoke, he thinks it'll be 1-1. For Swansea versus Watford, he thinks it's going to be 2-1 to Watford. For West Ham versus Sunderland, he thinks it'll be 2-0. Then the last three games, Liverpool versus West Brom, Man City versus Southampton, and Chelsea versus United, he thinks all three of those games are going to be 2-1, with the winning teams being Liverpool, City and Chelsea. So yeah, that's it for these. That's it for this week's predictions. Again, sorry if these were a bit rushed. I'm just trying to get this out as quick as I can. And sorry, this video isn't quite as long as you may have hoped for a bit more in-depth analysis or something. But again, I don't know enough about this, so yeah. Hopefully next week's predictions will be Jack doing them again, back to normal. But yeah, I hope you still enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.